And we're seeing some new video of the moments leading up to Alex Pretti's death. Our chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky has a detailed look at what happened minutes before the shooting.
New video shows protesters and observers on the scene 6 minutes before the fatal shooting of Alex Pretti. They sounded whistles as federal officers assembled by a donut shop to begin an immigration enforcement action. You can see the officers preparing pepper spray. Pretti arrived a few minutes later in the scene holding his cell phone, seemingly to record the ICE operation. Shortly after he was shot and killed, Homeland Security investigations said the FBI arrived to collect evidence, including Pretti's phone and the gun he had a legal permit to carry. Officials have not said what's on Pretti's phone or whether it could help determine whether the officers reasonably believed they were under threat. Customs and Border Protection officers involved in the deadly shooting were wearing body cameras. The agency says the footage is preserved, though it's unclear when or whether the public's going to see it. Minnesota state officials have asked a federal judge to order the preservation of all the evidence, saying they have serious concerns the Trump administration is capable of a thorough, transparent, and unbiased investigation. But Diane, the Justice Department argued the court should not be micromanaging. Diane?
Aaron Katersky, thank you. And ABC News contributor, former NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce is here for more. Hi, Robert. Given your experience, what sticks out to you when you see this new video of the minutes leading up to Alex Pretti's shooting?
Well, I see that's what they're doing, making these arrests. They should have arrest teams there, and they did not. And you want to cordon these things off, and you need more people. All right. And if you see this posture in the street, pushing, shoving, stuff like that, you want to get away from that. Certainly that precipitated this whole violence here. So that, I see some stuff that's not being done properly when in a riot situation, or a protest situation, let's call it, and going back and forth. So that's why I say you should have a perimeter clearly defined with nobody in that perimeter. And that's the issue here. People are going to take your pictures. You better get used to it. That's part of policing.
Officials say they're reviewing body cam footage and also have Alex Pretti's phone. Do you expect them to make those videos public?
I don't know. That has to be done to see the severity of it, because what's really important here is also the audio, where verbal commands given, what's going back and forth. When he was brought to the ground, how quickly was that gun taken from him? Because it seems that that's what have happened. And did someone communicate with the others? I got the gun, therefore depressing the threat level at that point. That's what that's going to give us. Those precious body-worn cameras. You're seeing a lot of stuff on the internet right now that's AI influenced, and that's also distorting the public view of this. So that's important. I would say they should give it out, and that would help suppress some of the anger and rage of the crowd. And now Border Czar Tom Homan has been sent to Minneapolis. What do you think he needs to do to de-escalate tensions there? Sure. So meaning a change in leadership means a change in strategy. And Tom Homan is well known. He's a plain speaker, but he speaks with authority and he speaks with experience. So you would never see something like a determined motive come out as soon as it happened from him. He'll say, wait for the investigation. He'll tell you what you're doing. The key point is here. Will Minnesota let detainer requests happen so they can do this? That's part of the quid pro quo here. You do this and I'll do that. That's what I see this as. Hopefully we can move forward with those two things in mind. All right, ABC News contributor, former NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce. Robert, thank you.